The only thing I know about these movies are that there is a section in Animal Kingdom dedicated to them. Literally all that I know. Jones.
Hi guys, 732 Review Crew back. I'm Mikey.
I'm Taylor.
And I'm Eddie.
And this was our Patreon movie pick for the month of November. Thank you to our Patreon fans. This one is Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is a classic movie I have never seen.
I have never seen it either.
I've seen it, and I love them.
Yes, and he's been asking if we could watch this one, so I think he's pretty happy that this actually won. It was a very tight poll, and I'm very excited to see what happens because it does star one of my favorite actors, Harrison Ford, and it's interesting to see him in a role, you know, other than ones more familiar with like Star Wars as Han Solo. It'll be pretty cool to see, you know, just the effects that are used and just the old, you know, how like it aged and if it did age well, which I imagine it probably did, considering it's still a fan favorite.
It's a great movie, regardless of its age.
Now, we want to know too, should we watch the other ones in the series? Is there ones to like not watch, or should we just, you know, pick another series after this to start? Just because me and her haven't seen a lot. He's seen a decent amount of, but you know, every once in a while we find a movie that somebody in the group hasn't seen and we like to watch it. But if you're new here, thank you for joining us. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And we're going to be starting Indiana Jones in 3, 2, 1. Thank you for joining us.
I just know I wouldn't last one day in the Amazon rainforest or any rainforest.
I would have so much fun even if I did die. Look, a snake. Look.
You're looking for snakes, lizards.
John Williams. Ooh, we're in for a good time.
Birds.
Now, this is rated PG, correct?
I believe it's PG-13.
There was no PG-13 back then.
I believe now it would be rated PG-13.
Jovitos.
Poison is still fresh, 3 days.
Why would you taste poison?
Yeah. Okay, 1936, South America.
So we're in the past. Oh, that hat. The whip. Woo. I know who that is.
Look how young he is.
I know. Spiderweb.
And this is where I would turn around.
You and me both. Oh, no, no, no.
Oh.
No, no.
They're all harmless.
I don't have nightmares later.
I see striped legs, I run for my life.
Then it's doing its job. Whoa. All right, for Christmas, I want a whip.
Oh, no.
All right, how does he release it? Oh, he doesn't.
Doesn't.
All right,
Tiny gold.
I know I want to pick that up.
Let's hurry. There is nothing to fear here.
Oh,
trap.
bro.
That's what scares me.
Booby trapped.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow, they're all...
Yeah.
Oh, parkour.
Parkour. As soon as he lifts it up, you think? Something's gonna happen?
You think it's weighted? Nice. Nope.
Oh, no, 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 no.
You didn't work, senor.
Run!
I love the... Oh my god, I love the set. Oh.
Oh, no.
Give him the whip. Throw me the idol.
Oh, bastard.
Oh, no. He's...
Adios, senor.
Oh my god. Leap of faith. Oh! Woo.
Nice.
Can't forget that whip. Oh, wow, yeah, see? How's this rated PG?
No
That's why
way,
I said
no
by
way.
today's standards, it would not.
I did not expect that.
Oh, okay, I know this.
Oh, I know this.
I know this from Community.
Indiana Jones classic right here.
No, thank you. Oh, through the spiderweb. Oh, he's dead. Oh my god.
Again, we see there is nothing you can possess which I cannot take away.
Start it up.
That's Mikey, sitting there fishing.
Yeah.
No, I'd be playing with the snake.
Where was he shooting that arrow?
Oh shit, I know this song. Oh god, he's in the river.
Oh, look, Mikey, now it's you.
It's a Burmese python.
There's a big snake in the plane, Jock! Oh, that's just my pet snake, Reggie!
There's snakes on the motherfucking plane.
I hate him!
Well, he hates snakes.
Meaning new and lithic.
Oh, he's a professor?
Was undisturbed, and the undisturbed chamber and the grave goods that were found in another.
Oh, they're all super into him.
Yep.
I mean, I get it.
Love, what did it say?
Love you.
Love you.
Is it all girls?
Yeah, it is. He's tall, too. Just saying. Just saying.
Expert on the occult.
The occult?
I was one to say it. Obtainer of rare antiquities. You studied under Professor Ravenwood at the University of Chicago.
Yes, I did.
You have no idea of his...
Professor Ravenwood?
Just rumors, really. Somewhere in Asia, I think.
Hitler's a nut on the subject.
Oh.
He's obsessed with the occult.
Oh, this is interesting.
Which is actually a true
True.
fact.
He wanted a trident. Hitler wanted to be, like, immortal.
This is the Lost Ark.
The Lost Ark? Yeah, the Ark of the Covenant.
Ah.
The Hebrews used to carry around the Ten Commandments.
Well, obviously, the Nazis are looking for the headpiece to the Staff of Ra, and they think Abner's got it.
What does it do?
What exactly is
Yeah.
the headpiece to the Staff of Ra?
And if you put the staff in a certain place at a certain time of day, the sun shone through here and made a beam that came down on the floor here and gave you the exact location of the Well of the Souls.
That type of, like, building is
Coolest
crazy.
book ever, though.
That is cool.
Now, what's that supposed to be coming out of there?
Lightning. Power of God or something.
What?
An army which carries the Ark before it is invincible.
Old cars look so fancy.
I know. It's so shiny, too.
The white wheels are pretty cool, though.
They want you to get a hold of the Ark before the Nazis do.
Did not expect us to be fighting the Nazis in this movie.
Yeah.
His whip and a jacket.
Packed.
It's like nothing you've ever gone after before.
What are you trying to do? Scare me? You sound like my mother. We've known each other for a long time. I don't believe in magic, a lot of superstitious hocus pocus. Besides, you know what a cautious fellow I am.
Don't throw it. Don't throw it.
God.
Safety on it.
All right, that guy's sketchy.
That looks like a very comfortable chair.
I know, I'm kind of jealous.
How many stops it has to make to get to where it's going.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Nepal, where his professor is.
You guys are gonna meet my favorite character.
Blackwood.
Shots. Are they going shot for shot?
Yeah.
Yep. People are betting on it.
Hey. Oh, can't find it. You
She's
lose.
got this. She's got this. I feel it.
Okay. That's a weak sip. Gonna.
Drinking it that slow is like, ugh. There he is. See the hat?
Where is it? Somebody else's hat.
Oh, Marion.
Oh, it's his hat.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Always knew someday you'd come walking back through my door.
I need one of the pieces your father collected.
Whoa.
I learned to hate you in the last 10 years.
I never meant to hurt you.
I was a child. I was in love. It was wrong and you knew it.
How old was she?
It's the 30s. Don't worry about it.
I did what I did. You don't have to be happy about it, but maybe we can help each other out now. I need one of the pieces your father collected. Bronze piece about this size with a hole in it off center with a crystal. You know the one I mean?
Did it go on top of the staff?
I know it.
Where's Abner?
That's the headpiece.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Where's Abner? You know the piece I mean? You know where it is?
Come back tomorrow.
Why?
Because I said so, that's why.
Ah.
Oh, she's wearing it?
Like win-win.
Oh, that's an evil looking group of people.
It's the round
If
glasses.
you listen to it for 5 seconds, you'll...
He's German.
Yeah.
His eyes are so creepy.
No. But I know where it is. I don't know what kind of people you're used to dealing with. But nobody tells me what to do in my place.
What? Are they branding her?
Oh no.
All right, Indy.
I'll tell you everything.
You guys are so greasy.
I know you will.
Yeah. It's a necklace right there.
It's right there, yeah.
Oh, God. Oh my God. Hey, he lit it on fire. Oh. Flaming log? Is she gonna bonk him with the flaming log?
This is not PG.
This is not. Yeah, definitely not.
I love her. I think she's so great.
She's pretty awesome. Hey, fucking stupid. I love it. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Shoot them both.
See, let him do that?
Yeah. He's like, shoot them both. What are you talking about?
This guy's hair.
What hair?
Lack of. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yep. That has been a piece of metal and fire for. Oh.
He just jumped out of the window?
He wanted some snow to cool his hand down.
Oh. This man's a brawler. Oh, she got him.
You'll recognize someone as soon as you hear them, Mikey, I think.
Cairo, city of the living. A paradise
Gimli?
on earth.
Yep.
Monkey!
Monkey. It's so cute.
My services are entirely inconsequential to them.
What a voice.
Yeah.
He's very clever. He's a French archaeologist. His name. Well, we call him Baloche.
Belloc.
Oh, Bella.
Oh.
From the beginning.
He's hired Belloc.
If it is there, Atanis, then it is something that man was not meant to disturb. Death has always surrounded it.
He's got your looks, too.
And your brain.
She's still obviously not over him.
Yeah.
Hey! Where are you going?
Oh no.
You'll be all right. Have a date.
Oh, is it a spy monkey?
It's a Nazi monkey.
Monkey should have said.
Oh, they just kidnapped her. Oh, never mind. He wrecked them. Bonking with the...
This movie created so many of the tropes that are in like action movies.
I bet. Oh no. Frying pan.
Right.
Right.
She can take his outfit? No. I mean, she looks good in that outfit, so she's good.
Yeah.
The monkey gave her away?
Yeah. Bro, he's a Hitler-loving monkey.
Why are they cheering every time he dies and we kill somebody? Oh no, how many people have that barrel? Oh no! Oh god.
MP40s.
Yeah.
They're putting her with the explosives?
They're begging?
No, they're pickpocketing him.
Uh-oh.
It's explosive.
And she's in there. Oh my god.
No, she's not in there. Wrong barrel. She's too smart for that.
The monkey's a traitor, dude.
Doesn't know that.
Herr in der Bar möchte mit Ihnen sprechen. Kommen Sie bitte mit uns.
He's let himself get captured.
He's accepted it. I feel like the monkey will have a redemption arc.
I ought to kill you right now.
Not a very private place for a murder?
I see your taste in friends remains consistent. How odd that it should end this way for us after so many stimulating encounters.
Gun?
Almost regret it. Don't Take only a nudge to make you like me. To push you out of the light.
Now you're getting nasty.
$10 from a vendor in the street. But I take it, buried in the sand for 1,000 years, it becomes priceless. Like the Ark.
That's how it works.
Jones, do you realize what the Ark is? It's a transmitter.
What?
It's a radio for speaking to God.
What?
You want to talk to God? Let's go see him together. I've got nothing better to do.
Uncle Indy, come back home now!
Oh my god. He brought the kids as like a little shield.
The kid saved his ass.
Yeah.
I thought I would find you there.
Oh, he brought the kids to save him.
Marines, eh? Marian's dead. Yes, I know.
Ooh, she's dead just like that?
She's not dead.
There's no way. What's the monkey doing?
I have much to tell you.
What if the monkey's a real villain, Taylor, and there's no redemption arc?
There's a redemption. I feel it.
Just because it's a cute animal doesn't mean it has to be good.
Want to believe. Poison?
Oh my god.
Oh no.
They made the calculation.
Don't eat it.
This morning, when they came out of the bathroom.
No, Taylor! This is how it redeems itself.
Don't say that.
It's gonna bite the bullet.
This was the old way. This means
No!
About 72 inches.
Wait!
I don't care if it's a Nazi monkey.
No!
Bad dates.
That was his redemption arc.
There's your monkey redemption, Taylor.
Oh,
He saved Indiana Jones's life.
I hate it. I hate it here. I hate it here.
Okay.
What time does the sun hit the map room?
About 9 in the morning.
Oh, they're wearing disguises.
I didn't even notice that, yeah.
He's wearing the outfit underneath that. CGI. Hey guys, this is non-conspicuous at all.
That's what the city once looked like.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Excuse me. That looks pretty cool. Oh no, they got the friend. They got Gimli.
How's he gonna get out?
Whew. Must be so satisfying to do that. Okay, but where is it? Nick Token? The German?
They defaced it, dude.
Whoa! And then he breaks it.
Very obviously does not look like the natives, but it's okay.
Oh!
Hey.
I knew she wasn't dead. It was too abrupt.
Okay. That escalated.
No, you have to get me out of here.
I mean, there was tension, but then he thought she died.
Well, I'm coming with you, Jones. Get me out of here. Cut me loose. You can't leave me here.
I'll take you out of here now. They'll start combing the place for us.
Jones, you gotta get me out of here. Come on, Jones. Are you crazy?
Oh my god. What the hell is on his
Burned
hand?
it onto his hand.
That's right.
He tried to grab it.
Damn.
Is that how they tried to recreate it using his hand?
Got a shovel. He's just gonna dig the whole thing out.
The storm looks crazy. Like a holy storm.
It's interesting. It's almost like with the storm, like the wrath of God. It's
Yeah.
like very biblical.
Very much so.
But they shouldn't be doing this. And
Right.
God's angry.
Yeah.
They're all friendlies.
This is why you wanted to watch this movie.
Yeah, they're all friendlies. Those are actually legless lizards. Those aren't snakes.
Why did it have to be snakes?
Don't worry, Indy. Some of them aren't snakes.
I don't think that's gonna make it feel better.
If you're trying
Trying to
escape,
escape.
on foot, the desert is 3 weeks in every direction. You're not my friends.
You gave her a knife.
However,
Beautiful.
I would very much like to see you in it.
Weird.
All right.
Is that a wedding dress?
Looks like it. Why would she even entertain it?
Soon they will come to harm you, and I will not be able to stop them. Unless you are able to give me something to placate them.
He's a weirdo.
I don't
Ah.
think we need a chaperone.
Some of those are snakes, I will admit. Oh. Oh. That's a monocled cobra.
That's a, yeah.
Sure is.
A friend.
What do you even do in that situation?
Just don't move much.
Stay very
You
still.
don't move if
you
it's,
move
like,
very,
staring at you like
very
that?
slow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would think get out of the way.
Move slowly, not too fast.
Light this shit up.
No! I like
This is your monkey.
I like snakes.
Oh, she can drink. We know she could drink. So she's gonna make him get all drunk.
Oh!
She's gonna be fine.
Okay, good prediction. At least there's some still snakes alive. Look at them. My little friends. No! You dropped it on them. Come on, Gimli, lift.
I mean,
I think that would be really heavy. Just threw it.
Well, I have to be going now, Renee.
You think, sure.
Oh no.
What is that? It's a hanger, isn't it?
Oh wow.
Oh, they found it?
yeah.
They actually found it?
A lot of gold.
It's so much gold, it's glowing with the sun.
Not glowing because it's gold.
Holy Radiance. The next one, the Holy Grail. Yo, snaky snakes.
You would use a bulldozer to find China.
Did they kill all the workers?
No, they're sleeping.
No, they're literally working in the background. That's why he's like, sir?
Why, Dr. Jones, whatever are you doing in such a nasty place?
Why don't you come on down here? I'll show you.
What was briefly yours
Oh
is now
man, he
mine.
stole it again.
What of fitting into your life's pursuits?
Guy has to die by the end of the movie.
But I do not wish to leave you down in that awful place, all alone.
Slimy bitch!
No.
Stop it! Oh, ah!
Nice catch.
Traitor, you get your hands off of me!
Oh.
Indy!
Oh my god, I knew that was about to happen.
Something's hollow back there.
Okay. Oh, there's Renekton. Oh, is he gonna make everything crash? Oh no, he's wow. Heels in sand, Taylor. That must be terrible.
I think we can leave the shoe behind.
It's her only weapon.
Oh my god, no.
Damn. So convenient.
Is it like a super secret Nazi bomber?
We are. When we are very far from here.
That's fair. Don't celebrate until you're gone.
Give it A.
Watch those motors, dude. Whoa.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, he's going into the propeller.
This guy looks way too excited to fight
Yeah.
someone.
He's so jacked. Oh. He's like, fine, I'll fight you. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. They're popping him. He's getting popped right now.
Yeah, man.
Pocket sand! First demonstration. What a badass.
I really thought someone was getting chopped up by the propeller.
Taylor, you might not be wrong. Use the gun. Yeah.
It's just celebration. It's like, uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Guy really wants to fight.
Yeah, that's all he wants to do, dude.
Oh no. There's fire right there.
Oh. He's a tank.
Oh? Was I right?
You called it. You were waiting for it.
I called that.
Well, now no one gets to fly out of here.
Yeah.
3 weeks in any direction.
Jones.
Oh.
Yeah, they had to keep everyone back because they were freaking out. They're taking away an artifact.
Those goggles are needed. Why don't they have goggles?
They have a windshield.
John Williams really knows how to do a theme.
It's just so iconic. Like Star Wars, Indiana Jones. Like the second you hear it, you know what it is.
So that's steep.
Yeah.
That horse is skilled.
Oh no, they do have a windshield. I don't know why they're wearing goggles. Oh!
Thank you, horsey. Bye. Flip it. Flip it.
No, you don't want to flip it. He wants to control it.
Flip it.
He has the arc right now.
Oh, the Wilhelm. Oh. Ow.
That is a top fear for sure.
Oh, yeah. Good thing he uses his mirrors. Oh.
Oh no!
He got him.
Fuck him up! Fuck him up!
Oh. Woo. Oh, he punched his bullet wound. Oh. Sponsored by Mercedes.
Oh god. That had to be scary to even act out.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff is practical. You can tell when they're using a green screen.
This is real stunt. It's just a stunt actor. Ow.
Yeah.
Good save.
Said Uno reverse.
Oh! 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 Shove him! Out! Get lost, kid!
Oh, he's in the position. It didn't go as well for him.
No! He's no indie.
He's
No
Indiana Jones.
Oh, they're covering him up. That's so funny, they covered him up. Why are the locals in on it?
They don't like people in their land.
Nice cashmere sweater.
Turtleneck.
My cabin is theirs. Your appearance is exactly the way I imagined.
What is that supposed to mean?
That is for fire. That is for your children, and this is for you.
Oh.
He's got like 8 kids.
A British tar is a soaring soul, as free as a mountain bud.
What a larger than life actor.
It's not the years. It's the mileage.
That's a Han Solo quote right there, Eddie.
It's the mileage.
Wow.
Well, God damn it, anywhere doesn't it hurt?
Here. Here.
He just wants a forehead kiss.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need a forehead kiss, man.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
You earned this, okay?
You ruined the moment with just a nice.
Jones.
He fell asleep.
Yeah, man, he just went through like a series of 18 different fights. No.
Hey, what's happening to this rat right now? Is it dying?
Yeah, because of the this thing. It's radiating pure whatever they said it was. A holy energy or something.
Wrath of God, I believe is what they said.
You can't contain that in a box, Taylor.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
My bad.
This was peak Germany trying to take over the waterways.
Don't you touch me.
He really just let her be, like, captured again.
He's not very good at protecting her.
Yeah.
What about Jones?
There's no trace yet, sir. Jones is dead. I killed him.
You are not in the position to ask for anything. We will take what we wish, and then decide whether or not to blow your ship from the water.
I'll waste no more time with her.
At least he's nice to her because he likes her.
He wants her because He wants everything Indiana Jones has.
Oh.
There's nothing you have that I cannot have. Was literally a line he had.
Yeah, valid.
I found him. Where? There.
He's on the U-boat. Oh my god.
Wham.
He's so crazy. The music. The music. At this point, I can't.
It's an Indiana Jones moment when you hear that.
I know. It's just.
They're all cheering.
He's tired. Look at him. He's tired out. Is he riding on the top the entire time? He's crazy.
He's Indiana Jones, dude.
He's gonna get a uniform.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, it's too small.
Too jacked.
This guy's a perfect size uniform.
Tag. Wasch dich mal, damit du nicht aussiehst wie ein Schwein bei deinem Standgericht. Steh auf.
Now I'm an officer.
Why is that?
He shoulder checked him.
I wonder if they made that actor shave his head for the movie.
I'm gonna blow up the Ark, Renee.
He wants her man.
Your persistence surprises even me.
Ooh, ooh.
Mercenary is a bad name.
Oh, did he just eat a bug?
I think he did.
The actor just did, but didn't flinch.
It just, that's acting right there. It's a good
All
actor.
I want is the girl.
If we refuse,
Then your Fuhrer has no prize.
Throw it back to God. All your life has been spent in pursuit of archaeological relic. We are simply passing through history.
this is history.
Wow. That's a great quote.
Oh no.
Talked him out of it.
Yeah.
He's an archaeologist, man. He doesn't want to blow up history.
Yeah, but he's also a lover and a fighter.
I feel like some Wrath of God stuff's gonna happen. Sand?
Somebody took it out already? Oh? What the hell? Wrath of God shit?
You opened a crate that was supposed to contain the wrath of God.
Gonna be consequences. Yeah.
It's a cool set.
Marion, don't look at it. Just shut your eyes, Marion. Don't look at it no matter what happens.
What?
Oh.
The dead? What?
Don't look, Ray! Keep your eyes shut!
Oh? Oh. You were right about the Wrath of God, Taylor.
Yeah.
What does that mean, though?
I don't know.
Oh. Oh.
That's cool.
And they didn't look, so they're spared. Does that thing being blasted to heaven right now? Is that what's happening? The Ark of the Covenant just got blasted to heaven?
It did not.
Oh, that's just a lid, okay.
It did not. No one's gonna believe that story.
It's okay, nobody has to. It's better that way.
Well, the problem is it's there. And it's real.
Yeah.
Give it to the government. They'll decide what to do.
That's...
Oh, shit. Okay. I was joking. They won't decide shit.
We have top men working on it.
Who are top men?
Who? Top men.
Ah, government.
That's who.
That's frustrating.
Bureaucratic
What'd they say?
They don't know what they've got there.
Well, I know what I've got here. Come on. Buy a drink.
Oh, I think I know exactly what this scene's about to be.
What do you think this scene's about to
It's
be?
being put in a warehouse next to a bunch of other boxes labeled top secret, do not open, and they're never going to be opened. And it's a waste of all the antiques in history because it's literally just a stockpile of antiques with power that they don't use because they're just waiting for somebody to use them.
Mic drop.
I mean, I've seen this as like in like cartoon form. I think Family Guy did it.
Yes. They did the whole top men thing.
Yeah,
and stuff
top
like that.
men.
Yeah.
That I know.
All right, that was Indiana Jones, guys.
That was fun. There's no after scene thing because that started with like Marvel kind of.
So what did you guys think overall?
So I liked it. I'll start with, we could talk about, I guess, sound, because like music is a big theme of Indiana Jones because it's such a relatable soundtrack. And, I'm sorry, not relatable, but known, iconic, and it's renowned. And basically, the composer is the greatest composer of the 20th century. It's, John Williams. So I mean, there's no way to have.
Not that I have a different opinion, but that's totally an opinion.
No, it's actually not. Okay. So how about it's written by the greatest living composer right now, because he is a living composer.
We don't need to get into this,
but I think people watching this will agree with me. But the big thing is that the soundtrack is such a big part of a movie, and that a movie with a bad soundtrack is, but good effects and good visuals and story is almost, not as effective as a mediocre movie with a fantastic soundtrack. But when you have a good movie with a fantastic soundtrack, or a fantastic movie with a fantastic soundtrack, it invokes emotions. And I found myself, I know what the Indiana Jones theme song is, but like coming into this movie, you kind of get like a taste of it a few times in the beginning when he's doing stuff on the, the first outing. And then as it goes on, you're like, okay, what's Indy going to do? And then you hear the theme start playing, and you're like, oh my god, he's gonna do indie things. And whether that's swimming to a submarine from the boat, or like climbing a pillar and like knocking it down to open a wall, it means that something amazing and epic's gonna happen, and it's gonna go Indy's way.
Yeah. I agree with it being iconic for sure, because even having not seen the movies in the past, I was like, oh, like I know this song, like it sounds familiar, I've heard it played.
And that's the big impact of a movie, music has on a movie, is like, even if you don't know like the movie, if you hear a song and you could recognize it, that's already a positive for the movie.
Like I was saying, it defines it. I mean, you have Star Wars, absolutely, you hear it, Indiana Jones, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, like there's certain music that as soon as you hear it, you're like, I know what this is
exactly
from, and this is
horror movies too, all that stuff. And it's just like, good sound is important. And I mean, for a movie made in 81, it had perfectly fine sound and whatnot. Because I've watched movies that are older, more recent movies that have sound where like things are inconsistent, whether that's artistic direction or not. Interesting. But this one, I thought it was real good with sound design. I as much as I like to joke about the snakes, I mean, obviously it's a movie with snakes. It's not going to be super perfect. It had 2 cobras in it that I saw, and like that's enough to kind of be a threat. But like everything else is just me being like picky because I like snakes.
Any snake is a threat to a normal person.
Yes, except for those legless lizards.
So what was your favorite part? Both of you.
Oh god, it's hard to say a favorite part, because on first watch it's hard to pick a favorite part per se. I think 2 scenes that really stuck with me was one, I mean, I guess it's kind of the same scene, so like I guess I'll pick 3. So the girl drinking, girl out drinking the first competitor set the tone for who she is as a person. And then when she out drinks the French guy to try to outsmart him at first, it just went to like, it went from a movie being about Indiana Jones to Indiana Jones and his supporting cast, who are just as effective in their attempts at him. They're not completely useless without Indy. Basically was what it was, and she would have escaped if the Germans didn't come.
Yeah, that's fair.
Besides that, I think the other thing I really enjoyed, I think I like the scene where he goes and meets him in was it the bazaar, I guess, and the kids come and they save him.
Yeah.
Like that was a great scene too, because it was like, oh, Uncle Indy, and he's like, you can't kill me with all these children around me because it's gonna be an issue.
Yeah. I like when the city people like protected him.
Yeah.
Like when he was driving the car, he pulled in and they like put everything together and
quickly
like nothing to see here.
So is it really just as simple as
I like
that they don't like the Germans, so that's why they're doing that?
Yeah, I mean, when a military power basically shows up on your land and starts excavating your culture,
makes sense.
You're not gonna like them. I mean,
makes sense, because like they seem to be. I mean, the crowd just seemed to be super happy no matter what was happening. Because like, for example, during the fight, like the first time where we see like Indy's trying to fight by himself for the most part.
Yeah.
You see the crowd's like, woo, look, a fight, cool. And then when he shoots the guy with the sword, the crowd's like, oh shit, he shot him. That was pretty cool. Like, they just seem to be super jazzed to be involved. And even if they're digging holes in the desert, they seem to be getting excited over little things. And I like the enthusiasm that it gives, because I think as a audience, it's almost supposed to be like the crowds that form besides the ones that help him, are supposed to be the audience watching, and you're supposed to be like cheering along, like, oh yeah, and you see the crowd cheering, you're like, yeah, they're doing it too.
Yeah.
And it just helps to kind of give you like a feel good thing, because first off, you're right, Taylor, this movie is PG, but the movie is supposed to be,
Oh my, it was PG?
well, PG-13 wasn't a thing back then. So it was PG.
That was a lot of blood for PG.
Yeah, and cursing and stuff. But I mean, the movie's supposed to be, obviously, it's supposed to be serious, but it's supposed to have fun moments in it too. It's supposed to be, obviously, it was an attempt to make a blockbuster with a super action hero. This was after Harrison Ford was Han Solo, I believe, because it was the 70s with Star Wars.
Yes.
So he has a little bit of a, he's not a little bit, he is a household name at this point.
He absolutely was.
Having him be in another George Lucas movie that's being directed by Steven Spielberg. I don't know how big Steven Spielberg was at the time, but he is a big director. Yeah. And having John Williams be the composer is almost like you're having a winning formula already for a movie, because you have all these big names in the 70s to 80s, and you just add a fun story, which is what this one was. And you don't want to make it too in depth, anything that the fan base has to think too hard about when you're establishing. He's an archaeologist. His students think he's hot because he's an attractive man. So, that's the base that, he's a desirable man. He's smart. He likes to go on adventures. He could fight. He can hold his own. So it is built up as a great character.
He loves this role. He absolutely, he's said multiple times, he's not crazy about Han Solo, but Indiana Jones was like, he will play it until he can't act it anymore.
Oh, interesting.
And actually, there is a new-ish Indiana Jones that came
last year.
out. He's much older, but he's like, until I'm dead, I'm not giving up the Indiana Jones hat to anybody else.
I feel like Indiana Jones is just kind of like it pulls a lot from Harrison Ford's personality, in the sense he's no nonsense, because Indy seems to be no nonsense about a lot of things, straight to the point. It did see, for a movie in 1981, I would say, while it felt like that movies back then were supposed to be a lot more fun, this one had its fun moments, and then it had its serious moments.
Yeah, I agree.
And it didn't take itself super serious, but then when it had those serious moments, it made them feel like they're important. For example, the girl being kidnapped was a big moment.
Yeah.
Just, Indy, for example, falling in the snake pit. You're like, oh my God, how's he going to get out of the snake pit? They're literally, even if you're like, ha ha ha, there are snakes. Then they seal him in the pit. You're like, oh my God, they just sealed him in a tomb. What's going to happen? And
it was a good balance.
Yeah.
It was a good balance of seriousness with comedic relief. And I liked it actually a lot more than I thought that I would, to be honest.
It was interesting. I mean, as they probably established more and more, it's fun. But this felt like, they could throw it out, and if it did very well, they would do another one. But if it didn't do too well, whatever.
Well, I mean, it created a genre.
Yeah.
I love history, I love fantasy, I love action movies. This blends all of that together.
This is why we have
now there's things like the Uncharted series,
National
Treasure, all sorts of other movies that came out from
this.
Yeah,
this created kind of that genre. I mean, there were other things before, but this became huge and everybody loved it, and it really spawned that whole movement of things that we get today. And those are my absolute favorite types of movies. I love treasure hunting. I played all the Uncharted games multiple.
You also like heists.
Heists, yeah, no, I love
it's kind of like heists.
I think they're just very fun to watch because they're still lighthearted, but there is serious notes. There still is thought in it.
Yeah,
so I will always watch these movies.
I'm curious, so in the very beginning of this movie with the big boulder that's chasing him, that is iconic Indiana Jones, but it was only a small portion of it. So maybe I haven't seen the other one, so maybe it continues.
The golden idol and the boulder. That's
you know why it's so iconic?
It was such a small part of it. This movie.
I think why it's so iconic is because it's the beginning of the movie, and when you come, so say you're a kid to an adult in the 80s, and it's 1981, and you're at the movies, and you're like, Harrison Ford is, we got Han Solo playing a character that's not Han Solo. What am I going to watch? What's this about? And you go watch this movie, and the first thing you see is this super handsome, super, smart and adventurous man with a whip, basically, kind of figure out like this trap, and oh my god, the trap didn't work, and it's a boulder chasing you. That's scary. And back then these effects were very good. So you're watching, they're not terrible nowadays, but like back then in the 80s, these were top tier, 4-time Oscar winning effects. So you're watching this and you're like, whoa.
What I really think it is, and sorry to cut you off.
It's just so in your face.
that first scene that completely described what Indiana Jones is, who he is, and how he acts about situations. Like, he's smart, he found it, he got through all the traps, he took the golden idol, and then got out. Like,
and he hates snakes.
That's essentially the entire Indiana Jones movie summed up in just the first.
And he also hates snakes.
Yeah.
And he hates snakes.
I guess what I'm just curious about, though, is just like how that became the iconic, like...
I think it's because of, like, it's just...
Because there was nothing else like it.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's valid.
In my opinion, there was nothing else like it.
I guess
you're right, though. It covered all, like...
It's treasure hunting, you know? Like, he's dodging the traps. He's dodging these traps. You know, he does pretty good at dodging the first set of traps. But, like, the final puzzle piece he couldn't quite put together, but he kind of make it out by using his, like, you know, raw athleticism and, you know, skill and talent and, you know.
Well, it's also a nail-biting scene.
Yeah.
He narrowly
and it's the beginning,
He just gets out right at the beginning. You're already hooked into this movie. You want to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, you don't know who this guy is.
You know, the attraction at Disney, the Indiana Jones show, that's what it is. He's running from the boulder.
Oh, really?
And all of that stuff. That's, you know, that spawned all of that.
It's also high stakes immediately.
And you got to also remember, Lucasfilm, especially back then when the first Star Wars were coming out and Indiana Jones, were like the cutting edge in special effects. They created CGI. The reason we have CGI where it is today is because Lucasfilms created that.
I didn't know that.
So this, when people saw this, it was absolutely mind-shattering.
And I mean, that's one thing I like to, like I did, you know, my first solo video yesterday, and one thing I like to talk about is the effects, you know, practical versus special effects. Practical effects being, you know, obviously, for example, just like the boulder chasing him. Yeah. It could be like the same size boulder, but it's just made out of like styrofoam, so if it hits him, it doesn't actually hurt him. Yeah. And then, you know, the special effects being, you know, the laser beam shooting out and the lightning storm and stuff. And now, obviously, you know, back in the 80s, you had to work on, you know, practical effects, because 90% of the craft back then, up until this, you know, back until the 70s, was special effects, and you could get practical effects, and you could get special effects, but they weren't like super high tech, they weren't like super you know, cutting edge. So having real looking you know, props and stuff was crazy, which is why they have so many snakes actually there. You know, him doing the whip stuff is probably as real as close as possible.
Yeah, like you can see the scenes where they use
it does hold up
exactly.
Yeah, you're like, wow, they're in front of a green screen. But the other things, like him on the truck,
like that,
there was no green screen.
That's timeless.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a stunts, and and you know, up until especially the early 2000s, and then some of the, you know, Tom Cruise stuff, a lot of those stunts were done with real stunt people who got hurt doing these stunts, or, you know, were putting their life on the line. And you see that, like, a lot of the things they do, you know, whether it was Harrison Ford in the cut or his stuntman, you see he's actually being dragged by the truck. Yeah. And that's the things you don't get to see these often, because when they would do that in a now movie, they would just have him on like probably a treadmill with a green screen.
Yeah, I mean, listen, some practical effects still definitely exist. Yeah. Stuntmen existed for a very good reason. Even if the actor was like, I can do this, like, I'm super badass, if you break your arm, you can't film for months. Yeah. You're the main actor, and now you're injured, and you can't fulfill your role. Now, Tom Cruise is another breed of man. We don't have to talk about that. But
that's how the old action stars would do it, though. I mean, Tom Cruise mimics the old action stars, but that's something else to talk about.
He insures himself because no one will insure.
Well, he doesn't even
that is all that you need to say.
He doesn't need to insure himself. He has so much money. He probably
One thing I think that really surprised me during this film too, like, so you have the practical effects and everything, but at the end, like the spirits and the ghosts and the actual, like, taking it out of like real stuff and putting it into like something that, you know, maybe isn't real or is real depending on what you believe. But I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought so too.
There's an actual supernatural.
Yeah, supernatural.
Behind that.
I mean, I went into this movie not knowing much about it. Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
I thought he was just, you know, looking for relics, and the relics maybe worked or maybe they didn't work, but his job was just to keep them out of bad guys' hands, because you don't want grave robbers to get them.
Radiation. Maybe there's like uranium in there, and they thought it was the wrath of God, but then it turns out, you know, there's ghosts, and they,
I mean,
and like actual, like, not just like theoretical wrath of God, but like true wrath of God.
And I mean, let's talk about that too, because I mean, that's related to the story. So did you, you know, in terms of the actual story plot and everything, did you enjoy it? Like, I felt like all the characters on the good guy side were likable, all the bad guys were hateable, and it was, you know, that's kind of how it was done. And it wasn't, you know, it wasn't too much, you know, everybody has like a, you know, a little bit of a background. You kind of learn about these characters.
The only thing that I didn't love, I will say, is, and I mean, she could handle it, but the fact that he like literally just let her be like captured twice.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like for like him as is it though? Like for him as a character? Like
and he's like, yeah.
No, I got you.
You know what I mean? Like
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
He definitely kind of seemed bigger picture when it came to her, which kind of nowadays
like I'd be pissed.
Definitely changed. Yeah, no, rightfully so.
But she went back to him. She's like swoon.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, it's a little surprising. That was the only part of the whole story I would say that I was like,
I mean, I enjoy the story.
Would you do that?
But I agree. I mean, but I understand it's like for the greater good type of situation.
Yeah, of course.
The one thing, I like how the government kind of sent him on a mission to try to stop the Nazis from getting super occult powers, basically. And he wasn't actually necessary at all because they would have kind of killed himself in the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of touched upon it before, but in actual history,
Hitler
was looking for artifacts from throughout history that he thought had powers.
He wanted Atlantis.
That would give them power. So if you look it up, it's really interesting, and it's a great hole to go down on the internet of artifacts that the Nazis were looking for.
They're looking for Poseidon's trident. They want Poseidon's trident, I think, because they wanted to be able to control the sea.
They wanted everything. They wanted everything.
Atlantis. They wanted to find Atlantis and stuff like that.
That's interesting.
The one thing I will also say is I really enjoyed in terms of the plot. The plot was very fun. It was very interesting. But the fact that at the end, when everything is all done and said, Indy said, you hear Indiana Jones, like the first word out of his mouth in the meeting between him, the other professor, it seemed like, or the doctor, and the two government members was like, the money's good and all, but like, what are we doing with the Ark? And they're like, oh, don't worry, we have top minds on it. And he's like, what do you mean? We have top minds looking at it. And in reality, it's just, they have a whole room full of secret objects like this. And bureaucracy is bogged down so much because you could have scientists from all over, universities all over researching these things, just like, Dr. Jones.
Is it really such a bad thing, though?
No, it's not. But it's funny because for the greater good, he thinks you should be doing it. But in reality, he knows that bureaucracy is going to bog this down, that it's never going to happen.
Well, I mean,
every time he does a mission for them, they're just going to add a new object to this room.
About it. The alternative is they research it and weaponize it.
Yes.
Which, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but
throw it in a box.
I think the other piece that I'm like a little tossed up on with him is like, he's an archaeologist and like he loves this stuff and this is what he does. But is it like the money and like the notoriety or like the archaeology?
I will say,
is it a balance? Probably, but like,
I think it's
what's he in it for?
I think it's exploring. I think what it is when you have these professors and archaeology professors, doctors, people who have advanced degrees in their field that are like, research-based, field-based. Any type of discovery where they can get themselves known is important. Remember how he said
But in the beginning, it felt very much like gold.
But that's possible too. It's a little bit of both, I think.
Yeah,
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's mainly he definitely has a love of history.
He wants to make a name.
Yeah, that's clear. I mean, that's his life. He's dedicated his life.
Yeah. He loves that more than a girl.
He's only a part-time artifact gatherer for the college he works at. Mainly, he's a teacher and he teaches archaeology, history, and that's definitely his passion. But money helps, and notoriety definitely helps.
Well, not notoriety, I think, because notoriety is bad technically, because notoriety. I think it's more like I said.
It doesn't always have to have a negative connotation.
Well, notoriety is notorious, so like notorious is usually bad, isn't it?
It's just known.
Oh, now the one thing I was trying to say was that he probably wants to make a big discovery he can attach his name to, because when you're in this field and you have this type of prestige and being known, every type of discovery you can attach yourself to leaves your mark on history. And as a history enthusiast, leaving your mark on history is like one of the biggest things for history. Deal. Yeah, finding all these lost relics and being able to say that I am Indiana Jones and I found these lost relics because I'm so good at my job is great. But then also being known as the person in history who found all these relics is also an added bonus to him, probably, because eventually this is just me and left field, but eventually somebody might find a relic of him finding a relic, kind of like describing it, like how they have basically hieroglyphs that describe a story.
Yeah.
So that's the ultimate, end game, I would imagine, for an archaeologist, is to make a big discovery and then be remembered for your big discovery.
Yeah, and I think another part of it is sharing that history with other people so that they can learn about it and see it for themselves, because you see drawings in that book of the Covenant, but like imagine people got to actually like see it in person. Not that you should be near that thing ever, as you saw what it did.
Oh yeah.
But just other things in general, like golden monkeys and stuff like that. Like that'd be a pretty
monkey.
You know, that was so sad.
And you see that it's not even really for the money, because he does it to give it to the school for the museum.
That's true. That's
so like
true.
you know, realistically, he would, if he was in it for the money, he'd be doing it and selling it to collectors and stuff like that, where you get real money for those artifacts.
He just wants to advance the field of archaeology, it feels like.
Exactly.
He just wants to find finds. Yeah, it is. And that's what makes him a great character so far. Now, I will say, speaking of characters, the girl, great character as well.
Oh, yeah. I have to see if you guys
Marion.
think she looks like Bethany Frankel.
So you can look her up right now. Marion is a very interesting character because she's obviously the daughter of the man who taught Indiana Jones archaeology, and you know, she's the only link he has to him. But she's also apparently a lover, and they did it when they were like when she was young. So like how young? Who knows? Maybe we'll ignore that because it's 30s. I don't see it.
A lip.
Different eyes.
But it just, you know, I like her character.
Like freckles too.
I just
got like a smaller face.
I just wish she were a little older, but like you said, 30s plus the movie's made in the 80s, so they're a little bit more like,
Try not to.
I won't. You know, but it did it. Really but I think the thing is, like, nowadays we're also like in tune with things like this, where like if somebody like an older, you know, something like that happens, you kind of first thought isn't like, oh, interesting. It's how old? How long? What? Yeah. And I think that's just how social aware some people are these days.
We live in a very different world nowadays. It's the 80s depicting the 30s.
And I will say,
there's going to be tropes. There's going to be all sorts of
I like Gimli's character, though.
John Rhys Davies.
Thank you. He was great. He was a great actor. He was larger than life, and he was amazing in this movie.
He's in a lot of things. So is that
the guy with the good voice?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's one of the main characters in Lord of the Rings, which keep saying Gimli.
She's never seen that. That's why she doesn't know.
He's in a lot. He's a big actor. He's a legend. So it's always great to just see him.
Yeah. I will say that I enjoy this one.
Same.
I do wonder because was it me? It felt a little rushed at times in the in-between scenes. Like they gave us a lot of time for scenes to develop, and then sometimes the transitions between, like, for example, when they're talking about like going on the mission after, like, you know, meeting up again and dealing with the Nazis, is like, it felt like a little rush in certain moments. Like it felt like we jumped from scene to scene without the which I don't mind, is like jumping from a scene to a scene without establishing that we're moving is totally fine because it keeps the pace of the movie going. But sometimes it did feel like it was a little like fast in terms of like the moving. And like in that case, like, you know, like I said, I don't mind. That's why in the beginning it felt weird that it almost felt like we were supposed to know who the rival was before we started the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why it moves
just
fast.
Establishes it, like, because they know each other from, we don't know how. Now we know that they had a rivalry. They've constantly been going after the same artifacts, and this guy somehow keeps one-upping Indiana Jones because he's willing to play dirty.
Makes sense.
And, you know, throughout the course of this movie, you understand.
I kind of like how you're just like thrown into it. Like these characters.
Yeah, like you don't need too much.
I was caught off guard a little bit, but then I kind of started running with it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And I like how you pointed out, like, eventually I didn't realize he wants everything Indy has. You know, he thinks he could get anything Indy has. So when she's like, no, it's kind of like a challenge for him.
Yeah.
Which is why he keeps like trying to keep her alive, kind of.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the ultimate, you know, fuck you to him would be, I've taken your artifacts and I've taken
it just reminds me of Barry and Archer.
Yeah, no, I mean, Archer has a lot of references to Indiana Jones.
Oh, I imagine, because he's a very action hero, you know, Indiana Jones, in the sense that he himself is a trope, but probably because he made the trope, not because it exists, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
we didn't even see the famous hat scene that I wanted, where he's like,
his hat on?
Well, he slides under and he grabs it. I know about that scene.
Oh.
That's probably the next one.
I don't know that scene.
For another time.
Yeah, that's a really famous one. It's like in a lot of media. Like, I've never seen that from this movie, but I've seen like characters wearing his outfit do things. Like, I know the hat is real important to Indiana Jones, and like, whether that's a trope that becomes a thing, like whatnot. But basically, like, you know, his hat is like,
the hat eventually gets explained.
Symbolic.
Yeah. It makes. Then there's a symbol. Yeah, you're right. There's a symbolic part of the hat, and I guess there's only one way for us to find out, and that's for us to watch the next one if you guys want us to. That's the Patreon fans as well as YouTube fans. What do you think? Should we watch the next one?
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, I was like, you're looking at me for the answer. I'm gonna say yes. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not who you're asking.
Yes, but thank you for joining us. I'm Mikey.
I'm Taylor.
And I'm Eddie.
And this was our reaction to Indiana Jones, the first one. Now, if you enjoyed this, let us know. Check us out on Patreon for full lengths and being able to vote on what movies we watch. If we watch the next one, let us know. We should. You know, we might. If not, Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and check out our other movies. Bye.
Bye.
See you later.